Hello guys, this is Khadijah from Hair to Die for Beauty Salon. I just want to go over some waxing. We have our items here today. And one thing with going into waxing, we're going to wax our client's upper lip, and we already waxed her brows. So it's a system, as I just demonstrated to you. It's a system. So the first system we're going to be applying is the pre-hun. And the pre-hun is an astringent that we applied, and we're going in and cleaning that area with this type of astringent called pre-hun. We apply moisture on the skin, so we have to dry up that moisture. So I'm going in with a powder, part of the system, and we're going to remove that moisture because when you wet the skin, you're opening up the pores. So we're going to put a wax on it, so we need to close those pores down. So I'm going in and applying our powder, which will again take the moisture off of the skin. And also it gives us a little bit more visibility of those hairs as well, particularly if you're dealing on lighter skin. So I'm directing my client right now because stretching is very important of the skin where it doesn't cause any discomfort to our client. So I'm addressing her and telling her to make sure she holds her lip out in this manner because it helps us. Men do this a lot when they're shaving because it helps stretch the skin when they're shaving those areas. Because if you don't stretch the skin will pull as you're waxing. So we already tested our wax and we know the temperature. So we're going in with a clean, new waxing stick. I like to create my own waxes. So I break them in half because I like to have a certain shape. But you can buy mini waxing strips. So I'm discarding the waxing stick. Now I have my already pre-cut waxing strips. So I'm going in right now and I'm smoothing the hair in the direction of its growth. And the key thing is pulling that skin. So when you pull and press, that's the process. Pull and press. When I press, that sensation from my hand stops a level of irritation that can exist, that burning sensation that you receive once you wax. Because we're taking a layer of skin off from the epidermis, which is the epidermis, that outer layer of the skin. So we're going to the opposite side, and I'm going in and smoothing in the direction of its growth, also stretching the skin as I'm applying that wax. And as you clearly see, I'm discarding that waxing stick. We never double dip. That's not good. So we're going in and we're smoothing that skin again. The reason why we discard the sticks because the wax is not hot enough to kill bacteria, ladies. So we press. I'm using a glove as I press because we can draw blood from the area. So where I'm pressing at, I'm making sure that that sensation from my hand helps slow down any type of irritation you might receive from that waxing. So I'm going in and just taking my waxing strip and just removing any excessive residue that might be present on her lip, or the upper part of her lip. So we're going in right now, and I'm going to use another part of the system called Slow Grow. Slow Grow is a product that helps retard the growing back of the hair. When we're waxing, removing the hair from the root. So when you wax, in comparison to waxing and tweezing, it comes right from the root, and the hair takes a little longer to grow back in comparison to using just some people go with a razor blade to do something topical. Okay? So we're going in and I'm looking to make sure that everything looks good. And now I'm going to finish up with another antiseptic on the skin to close and make sure that that area is clean and free. Antiseptics are very important, so you shouldn't be getting waxed and you don't go and do this whole entire system. This is a system that should be done each time you go in for any type of waxing. So I'm just checking the area. She has a little bit of redness, which is normal. It shouldn't be excessive redness where you might have been burned. Now we're going in right now and doing tweezing. So one key thing, look at my hand position. Tweezing should not hurt either. I'm stretching the skin and removing any excess hairs that I'm removing. I'm putting it on my either tissue paper or cotton, whatever you choose to use. So it should not be where a client is feeling uncomfortable. I'm going in, looking at my area, assessing my area, and I like to make my brows look organic. And when I mean organic, just have a natural look. If my client wants to go in and do any fillings, they can use a pencil or whatever tool they would like to go in to use. I try to make, again, the brows look organic as possible. Make them look natural. So when our client steps out, it's just an enhancement of the brow where it doesn't look artificial. Sometimes our brows grow in an area where one brow is a little thicker than the other. I try my best to try to keep them as balanced as possible. But what happens when we over tweeze or over wax an area, it looks very unnatural as the hair is growing back. So again, I strive the best to make it look organic as possible and natural. And I'm just going in, tweezing, making sure I'm stretching the skin and removing any excess hair that I see to give my client a very natural, or like I like to use the term, organic look. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and finish again with our product. You can use, again, we wax this area. So I can go in and use a slow grow, where it will help retard the hair from growing back. We shouldn't be, as we've seen in some of these shops I won't name, using Vaseline as you finish. No, this is a system that should be used. We're going in with our slow grow, and I will follow up with an astringent that's helped cleaning that area as I'm completing our waxing or our tweezing. So I'm hoping this video is a helpful tool for us to know it's a system that it should be done when you're receiving these services. It should not be they just coming, just taking the wax strip, the stick that was inside the wax for God knows how many times it's been used on a person. We should always make sure the system is done. So we're going in right now. I'm demonstrating to you a very natural, organic look from our client. Our lip looks good, and I hope you enjoyed this video.